C programming language. 1. What is C? C is a general-purpose programming language used to create software, operating systems, embedded systems, games, and many other applications. C is known for being fast, efficient, and close to computer hardware. Developed by Dennis Ritchie. Developed at Bell Labs around 1972. 2. Why learn C? C is important because it is fast. It uses memory efficiently. It helps you understand how a computer works. It is widely used in embedded systems and robotics. Many modern programming concepts are easier to understand after learning C. It is the foundation of languages such as C++ and influences many others. 3. How does a C program work? You write C source code, compiler, machine code, computer executes it. For example, include stdio.h int main, printf hello world, return 0. The compiler converts this C code into a form the computer can execute. 4. Basic structure of C. A C program commonly contains header files, main function, variables, statements, functions. Main. The main function is where execution of a normal C program begins. 5. Keywords. Keywords are reserved words that have special meaning in C. Examples: int, char, float, if, else, for, while, return, struct, void. You cannot normally use these as your own variable names. 6. Variables. A variable is a named memory location used to store data. Example: int age equals 20. Here, int, data type age, variable 20, value. Think of a variable as a box with a name that stores information. 7. Data types. A data type tells C what kind of data a variable stores. Data type stores int, whole numbers, char, single character, float, decimal numbers, double, more precise decimal numbers, void, no value. Example: int age equals 20, char grade equals A, float price equals 25.5 F. 8. Constants. A constant is a value that should not be changed through that identifier. Const int max equals 100. 9. Input and output. Output printf is used to display information. Printf hello. Input scanf can take formatted input. Int age scanf %d, age. So input scanf, output printf. 10. Operators. Operators are symbols used to perform operations. Arithmetic, plus addition, minus subtraction, minus division. Comparison, greater, less than, logical, and, or, not. 11. Conditional statements. They allow a program to make decisions. If age equals 18, printf adult. Meaning, if the condition is true, execute the code. If marks equals 40, printf pass, else printf fail. 12. Switch is useful when you have multiple fixed choices. Switch choice. Case 1 printf start, break. Case 2 printf stop, break. Think of it as a menu of choices. 13. Loops. A loop repeats a block of code. C has 3 main loops, for used when you generally know how many times to repeat. For int I equals 1, I equals 5, I plus plus, printf number 1, I. While repeats while a condition is true. While x might equals 5, x plus plus. Do while runs the code at least once, then checks the condition. Do x plus plus while x equals 5. 14. Functions. A function is a reusable block of code that performs a particular task. Int add, int a, int b, return a plus b. You can call it int result equals add 5 3. Functions help make large programs organized and reusable. 15. Arrays. An array stores multiple values of the same type. Int marks 5 equals 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Think of it as marks $n, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50. Array indexing starts from 0. Marks 0, 10, marks 1, 20, marks 2, 30. 16. Strings doesn't have a separate built-in string type. A string is stored as a character array ending with comma 0. Char name equals Shivam. Conceptually, shivam 0. Common string functions are provided by string.h. 17. Pointers. Pointers are one of the most important concepts in C. A pointer stores the address of another object. int x equals 10, int p is at x. Here x stores 10, and x address of x. P stores that address, value at that address. Pointers are heavily used in memory management, arrays, functions, structures, embedded systems, robotics. 18. Structures. A structure allows you to group different types of data together. Struct student, char name 50, int age, float marks. For example, one student can have name Shivam, age 20, marks 85.5, all stored together as one structure object. 19. Union. A union is similar to a structure, but its members share the same memory. Union data, int I, float f, char c. A union is useful when you need different ways to interpret the same storage. 20. Dynamic memory. Sometimes you don't know how much memory you'll need when writing the program. C provides malloc, calloc, realloc, free. Example, int p is malloc 5 times size off of p. You should release dynamically allocated memory when you're finished. Free p. 21. File handling. C can read and write files. Important functions, fopn, fcloseL, fprintfif, fscanfif, fputs, freedd, fwriteD. Example, file fp is fopen file, data text. This opens a file for reading. 22. Preprocessor. The preprocessor works before the main compilation stage. Examples, hash include stdio.h, define pi 3.14, includes an editor, define and defines a macro. 23. Header files. Header files contain declarations and other shared definitions. Example, include stdio.h, common headers, stdio.h, stdlib.h, string.h, math.h, time.h. 24. Bitwise operators. C can directly work with individual bits. Operators, and, or, XOR, not, left shift, right shift. These are especially important in robotics, microcontrollers, embedded systems, hardware programming. 25. Memory in C. A simplified view is C program local data packs, local data, dynamic data. You should understand stack, heap, pointers, addresses, and memory lifetime to become strong in C. 26. Compilation. When you write program.c, the compiler processes it and eventually produces an executable program. Simplified, C code, preprocessor, compiler, assembler, linker, executable. 27. Important advantages of C. Fast, efficient, portable, small runtime requirements, direct memory access through pointers, excellent for embedded programming, large ecosystem, and long hist.
28. Limitations of C. Manual memory management. No built-in classes/objects. Easy to make memory-related mistakes. No automatic garbage collection. Pointers can be difficult for beginners. Unsafe code can cause crashes or undefined behavior. 29.
C in robotics. For robotics and electronics, C is particularly useful for microcontrollers, sensors, motors, GPIO, PWM, UART, SPI, I2C, ADC, timers, memory/register manipulation. For example, a microcontroller can use C code to read sensor, process data, control motor. 30. Most important topics to learn. If you're starting C, learn in this order. 1. Basic syntax. 2. Variables. 3. Data types. 4. Input-output. 5. Operators. 6. If-else. 7. Switch. 8. Loops. 9. Functions. 10. Arrays.
Strings. 12. Pointers. 13. Structures. 14. Dynamic memory. 15. File handling. 16. Preprocessor. 17. Bitwise operations. 18. Function pointers. 19. Data structures.
Debugging and memory management. Simple way to remember C. C programming equals data plus logic plus memory. Data, variables, arrays, structures. Logic, conditions, loops, functions. Memory, pointers, addresses, dynamic allocation. Once you understand these three areas, you have the foundation to become a strong C programmer.